Okay, so I'm doing Doc Spektor for Dynamite as part of their Gold Key relaunch.
Sure.
And Gold Key is these old comic books, right? And like Turok was one of them, and Mighty Samson, and Magnus Robot Fighter, and Dr. Solar, right? A lot of doctors,
Sure.
a lot of PhDs flying around the Gold Key universe. But Dr. Spektor he's like this occult detective, but he was always kind of like, and the covers are crazy. Like they're these really lush painted things. It'd be him just like fist fighting a Frankenstein or whatever, right? They're amazing. They're the best thing. Like Google Dr. Spektor. For the new one, we're aging him down and we're trying to make him like a young, like cool New York dirtbag. So what Dr. Spektor wore, like it looked like a Colonel Sanders suit, but it was black instead of being all white. Like it had like the weird little like bow.
Yeah. Like Alfred E. Newman wore one of those.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
Back then it was.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get the time machine running. We're trying to age him down a little bit, and like part of that is like finding like a cool like dirtbag approach to magic, right? That's not like. And I love Doctor Strange, but it's, that's a very like staid, like old man ritual ceremonial, the wand of Watum and the holy host of Hoggoth and like all that stuff, right? So we're trying to find a different vibe for it. And so one of the things that I've been like leaning on a lot, and something I've read before and I've had for years because I don't know, I find it weird and interesting, but it's the Ars Goetia. Do you know what that is?
No.
So it's also known as the Lesser Key of Solomon. And this is the biblical Solomon, right? Who, like, if you look at like Judeo, I guess just Jewish like mythology and stuff like that, like he not only, was the Solomon we know from the Bible, but he's also this guy who got all these demons and like conquered them and enslaved, like he was a sorcerer, right? Like he has magic powers.
This is biblical magic?
Yeah. So like I don't know exactly what, but it's like, it's part of the Jewish tradition, but it's not like in the Torah, right? Like, so it's like, it's this thing. And like, he's got like a staff and like uses this to like bend the demons to his will and forces them to work for him. Like he enslaves these demons and makes them do stuff for him. And the pentagram that we know of, right? Like that now is associated as being really evil. That was actually a seal of Solomon. And that was one of the symbols that he used to kind of control and like bend these demons to his will. Yeah. So they could do all of his work for him, right? And so this comes up in like the Solomon Kane stories, right? Where Solomon Kane is like stomping. So it's by the guy, Robert E. Howard, who wrote Conan. Solomon Kane is this like Puritan swordsman, like this English Puritan swordsman. He's like really, really like awful Christian, like really mean-spirited. He's got flintlock pistols and rapiers, and he just stomps through Africa.
Yeah, he's got like a Witchfinder General haircut.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He looks like an evil pilgrim. And he, it's really problematic, but it's also really dope. And like I feel like he's forever. It's probably only one story, but it's just my favorite one. Like he stumbles across these like broken stone buildings in the middle of the jungle in Africa, and these are the prisons that Solomon, the biblical Solomon, made to hold these demons. Damn. So the Ars Goetia is a book of a bunch of demons, their sigils, and how you summon them. And it's illustrated by Aleister Crowley.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So like, and it was illustrated and translated by him. And so like a lot of this like magical stuff, right? Like it's unclear where exactly who made up what.
Yeah.
Right? Because like they change it, they translate it, they add things, they take stuff out.
Sure.
But yeah, it's a grimoire. It's a book of demons and how to summon them, and
OG Monster Manual stuff.
Yeah, dude. It's really it's not interesting reading. It's not fun reading, but it is interesting.
It's pretty fascinating.
It's fascinating.
I love that idea of a demon prison.
Yeah, man.
You with the warden who uses them to his bidding.
It's amazing. Solomon's just the coolest.
But you're writing Doc Spektor. We believe we established that at the top of the show.
I'm writing Doc Spektor.
You're Aubrey Sitterson.
I'm Aubrey Sitterson.
Of the Straight Shoot podcast.
Of the Straight Shoot podcast.
Of SKALD.
Of SKALD. Of G.I. Joe. I'm writing ongoing G.I. Joe right now.
Of Street Fighter.
G.I. Joe, yep. Yeah, that was last year. But yeah, man, doing the ongoing G.I. Joe, which I'm really excited about. The third issue comes out on the 15th. So this will be So it's this Wednesday, basically. Right?
Oh, okay, yeah. This will come out just before then.
Yeah. So go to your shop, get G.I. Joe number 3.
Ask for the back issues 1 and 2.
Yeah, and the Revolution one shot, maybe even if you wish. But most importantly, get 3. Get the most recent one. It's the best one.
Does it display on the cover crown jewle of the?
It does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Was that something you made up?
Yeah. I made that up early on. Right after they announced to me on the book, I just started saying it over and over and over again. Crown jewel of the Hasbro universe. It's the crown. G.I. Joe is the crown jewel of the Hasbro universe. Every time I do an interview, I shove that in. I let them know that's the crown jewel of the Hasbro universe. And I insisted to my editor, and I was really adamant about it. Like I came in really hot because I thought it was gonna be a fight. I was like, "Listen, we need to get this on the cover." And he's like, "Okay," and that was it. Like it was super easy. But yeah, emblazoned on every one of the 8 variant covers for every issue, the crown jewel of the Hasbro universe.
I mean, you're going to go ahead and you're just giving that universe more clout when you go ahead and go, this is the one.
This is the best one. Well, listen, I don't want to lie to people. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not the best one. It's the best. It's the best. And also, it's G.I. Joe. It's like aside from Mr. Potato Head, and I had somebody online correct me because I was like, G.I. Joe is like the oldest franchise, and it's really what made Hasbro. And so I was like, well, actually, you clearly don't know the history of Hasbro if you don't mention Mr. Potato Head in this conversation.
It's a pretty big toy.
Yeah. I mean, and they're right. Mr. Potato Head was earlier and was a massive sensation. But in terms of, the properties that we have actually included in this universe, right? Mr. Potato Head isn't one of them. for better or for worse. Yeah. I know. Where do you guys see the villain for year 2 of G.I. Joe?
I could see a really sweet, Lovecraft kind of monster. Like it got pulled from this weird dimension of the Hasbro universe.
Eyes and beautiful lips.
A lot of eyes, really beautiful lips. A hoop earring. Mrs. Potato Head pieces got stuck in there somewhere, but that's awesome, man. Yeah, Doc Spektor sounds real fun. When's that coming out?
So it's going to be April is when we're kicking it off. There's going to be it's called Sovereigns number 0, and so it's spinning out of this big crossover with all of these guys. And so Guy Fawkes is writing, or Ray Fawkes. Who's Guy Fawkes?
Guy Fawkes is an anonymous man.
Oh yeah, he's not involved. Guy Fawkes was beyond the gunpowder plot. He's not involved with this. Ray Fawkes. Okay. Ray Fawkes is a really good writer. He's writing the main crossover thing, and then it kicks off in April, and there's a short 4-page Doc Spektor short story that kicks everything off. So
and is it ongoing, or is it a? So
it starts with a series. It's a 9-part serial that's running across all of the books in the back of them. Yeah. So it was a really difficult thing to structure because 4 pages isn't a lot of room in comics, and I wanted each one to stand alone, but I also wanted it to be part of a whole. Mm-hmm. So it was, I don't know, it was a bear. It was a bear to kind of piece together what exactly this thing's going to be, but I'm really excited about it. And there's definitely some demonic, goetic magic stuff going on in there.
Maybe after 9 parts, man, maybe Demon Prison.
That's the thing. Escape from Demon. Doc Spektor, Escape from Demon's Prison. So it's Prison Break, but with demons.
Who's not going to buy that book? Who listening to this show isn't going to buy that book? And when's that come out once more?
April sometime. I forget exactly.
Okay. Well, that's pretty soon.
Yeah, man. It's right around the corner.
Damn. Yeah. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome back to Tales from the Tavern. You haven't been by since episode 3, I think. You only came by that one time. I wrote this down somewhere.
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Of the Tavern.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's been a minute, man.
Yeah.
I've been busy.
You've been busy.
Thank you for having me back. Yeah, man. I was telling you about some stuff earlier. I wish I could talk that I'm super stoked about, but I can't say anything yet because my publishers would have a fit.
They can subscribe to your newsletter now. You have a newsletter.
I have a newsletter. Now. I have a monthly newsletter because I figured there are people who didn't like following me on Twitter at Aubrey Sitterson or liking my Facebook, which is also Aubrey Sitterson, or going to aubreysitterson.com. But the newsletter I send out once a month, and so it's just everything that I've got. It's just all the best stuff from the past month without all of the
It's got a good
socialist name. Without all the socialist rantings on Twitter.
Sure,
which is that's Twitter specific. Yeah, it's called Don't Fear the Chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the chaos is a thing to fear.
That's an Atari Teenage Riot lyric.
I don't think I ever really listened to that band.
Yeah, it's weird. It's they called it digital hardcore, and it's just a lot of computer noises and yelling and blast beats.
Did you ever check out Grails by chance?
Oh, no, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Check it out some other time. Hey, man, I know you got a little burnt with the last recommendation.
What was that you suggested?
Camel Moon Madness.
I couldn't get through it.
I dig it.
It wasn't working for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really... I mean, if you're going to write to it, I know you have to have a certain mood for the writing music, but it's a pretty fun time.
Right on.
But
Grails is the move?
Yeah, Grails is the move. The album's called... I think it's called Doomsdayers.
I like that.
Holiday.
I like that.
It's like this band from Portland. I would identify it as a Doom album, but it's like atmospheric and heavy. It's real fun. I think you'd like it.
I'll look it up, man.
Yeah. Everyone should look it up.
Grails,
guys.
with a Z or an S?
Sadly, with an S.
No, and then a Z.
If you want to change your iTunes library, that's up to you. But Aubrey, you brought me
gifts.
You brought me gifts. You brought gifts to the tavern.
You go to somebody's home, you bring gifts.
Gift number one. That's
what I say.
Gift number one I could not accept on this day, and that was Mountain Dew Code. Is it just Code Red? It's a pounder.
It's Dew with a rush of cherry flavor with other natural flavors as well.
Natural.
It's Mountain Dew Code Red. It's my favorite in the Mountain Dew family, narrowly edging out Baja Blast.
Baja Blast exclusive at Taco Bell, but now in stores.
I think you can get it at 7-Elevens now, too.
Yeah.
Well, no, maybe there's a different at 7-Elevens. I don't know. They're all delicious. This one's my favorite, though. It tastes like cherry Sundrop, which we had when I lived in North Carolina.
I never had Sundrop.
Yeah, it's good. It tastes like Mellow Yellow, but like sweeter.
Oh, okay. That's always good. I like
great.
Mellow Yellow.
Mountain
Dew was my brand when I was a kid, but actually when you brought that over, I haven't been having sugar, and I looked at the back of the can. 61 grams of carbs, 61 grams of sugar.
It's a
One
lot.
sugar for each carb.
All killer, no filler.
Yeah, it's
none of that dietary fiber getting in the way.
Only 230 calories though.
Yeah.
Per serving, but
Listen,
probably
it's a little treat for me.
Oh wait, it is just one can. Yeah,
it is. Okay. It's one massive serving. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I do once in a while is just a whole half baked of Ben and Jerry's. I think that's like
Jesus.
It's close to 100 grams of sugar or something.
That's brutal. That's got to be like 1,000 calories. You eat a full pint of it?
1,400 calories. I haven't done it in a while.
Jesus, that's intense. Yeah, that's way worse than this.
Yeah, but it's a ride. This is a rush.
This is a rush, man.
But the other gifts that you gave me were a new SKALD enamel pin.
Yeah, man.
And this is the logo. Now, did you create this, or this comes from history?
That's old. It comes from Michael Moore. So it's a chaos star, right?
Sure.
And it's the symbol that's used by Chaos Magic. Some bands use it. Some MMA fighters, some wrestlers. A lot of people use it. It's seen in Warhammer 40K.
Okay.
Like the Legions of Chaos will use it in Warhammer 40K. But it also appears in SKALD, which is my ongoing sword and sorcery serial podcast that I do. And it's a symbol that was created by Michael Moorcock, who wrote the Elric stories, among other things.
Gotcha.
And it's the symbol of chaos. And so it's just, it's 8 arrows like going off from a center position,
bursting out of a dark dot, a blackness.
Yeah, burst out of the blackness. And it's a cool symbol, and it's used a lot of places, and it's been showing up and been a big part of SKALD in the past year or two. So I'm coming up on next week will be my 104th episode of SKALD.
You're crazy.
Doing it weekly, every single week for 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next week will be 104. And this week I'm really excited about. So episode 103 is really cool because it introduces a brand new character, which is an anthropomorphic cat man who is scaling a magic tower. That's how it starts.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's absurd.
No, that's not absurd.
It's ridiculous. I love it though. Like it's super fun because it's just whatever the hell I want it to be.
Sure.
Each week I sit down and I write a new episode and I record it in one go, and they're usually about 30 or 40 minutes.
You've gotten pretty good at recording it in one go.
Yeah, at first I wasn't. It took me forever. Now I can generally I read through it to refamiliarize myself with it, and then I can usually get it in the first take. But this week, I recorded 104, last week I recorded 105, and 105 has got some big changes in it because we met a Patreon goal where now I do live weird synth music intros and outros for it. Like I have this like Korg mini synthesizer. And so I do that live too, and so if I fuck that up, then I have to start over again as well.
This is perfect for this show.
It's really weird. It's like a really weird, trippy, brutal, psychedelic fantasy thing. And so I mentioned the Patreon, but the Patreon is unless you're Dom and you have me on your awesome podcast, the only way you can get that enamel pin, as well as the SKALD patch,
which I have here,
which
as
is
well,
the
which
logo.
is so well done. It's such a nice. It looks like a band logo wrapped in barbed wire, but it's not. That's not.
It looks like an orc banner.
Yeah.
Right. Like from Warcraft.
Yeah.
Right. Like.
No, this is edgier than Warcraft. Warcraft's gotten a little soft.
Okay.
If I do say so
I'm thinking
myself.
like Warcraft 3.
I'm thinking
not World of.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe Warcraft 2.
Okay, fair enough. I like that one as well. But yeah, no, so if you want that stuff, which you do, because they're really neat and I'm proud of them, patreon.com/skald is the only place to get it.
I'm a real snob for merch because I like the real good stuff. This is all real clean. It's real nice.
Thanks,
it's
dude.
nice
and that's SKALD. I feel like some people don't know how to.
Sure,
don't
yeah.
know how to spell it.
SKALD. It's not a word most people
That's super
know.
common.
I mean, the C they're familiar with, not the K. But yeah, man. Thanks for the gifts.
Of course.
Check it out.
My
Check
pleasure.
out SKALD. Check out all the comics, every one of them, because, ladies and gentlemen, you need to prepare yourself for today's tales of cursed children and shipwrecks. Cursed Children was suggested by Yanni Markovina. Shipwrecks was suggested by Joe Scott. If you would like to vote on prompts or suggest your own, you can do so by becoming a patron at patreon.com/TFTTpod. You can do so many things on Patreon. You can now upload additional podcasts. Did you know that? You can upload podcasts that will stream from your Patreon.
Yeah, I actually make use of that for my straight shoot.
Yeah.
So like on my straight, we shouldn't talk about straight shoot at all, but it's my wrestling podcast. But the 4th episode of each month is only available to my Patreon supporters.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, you have to contribute at $5 or above, and then, you get access to that feed, and you'll get everything.
Yeah,
it's really nice. It's a really nice feature.
Yeah, it's a neat feature. I just started using it. I do the Tankard episodes, which are just like supplemental. I just talk about whatever's on my mind. I play music because I'm not putting the podcast out, so I can put kind of any music in it. So it's fun. It's a neat little feature, and the same with me. It's a $5 level thing. So if you're interested in the Tankard, ladies and gentlemen, or the Bonus Straight Shoot podcast, you know what to do.
I got a lot of things to plug, Dominic. I got a lot going on.
But man, when you heard cursed children, what does that bring to mind for you?
Well, it speaks
what's
to
the
me
first
because
thing?
I was a cursed children.
You were a cursed children?
No.
Child? I think we all kind of are, if you want to talk about it for real.
No. After this election, I guess. Am I right?
Yeah,
folks?
that's what I'm trying to get to, man. I'm leaving you there.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, the cursed children thing, I love that. Like that's such a wacky trope that always works.
Sure.
Like, those are some of my favorite things, right? Like a cat man climbing a tower, that always works, right?
Yeah, always works.
Cursed children, that
Always works.
And I like to say it cursed also.
Yeah, well, I use both in my tale. I use both.
Is that
Cursed
like
and cursed.
Is there a difference?
I would say that turn off that cursed noise, that cursed sound, I would use it as a I don't know, kind of a amplifier to my frustration when yelling at someone. But if I'm going to talk about something that's cursed, it's just cursed.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm probably going to use both, but I don't know if I delineate the difference between the two.
You know what, man? Who cares how we say it?
Who gives a shit?
People want to hear these goddamn stories. Why don't we get right into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Dom, I have one question for you.
Yes, Aubrey.
I have a number of questions, but the first of these is, are you ready for the cursed children of Megatool? We can take a minute if you need.
I just want to make sure it's THUUL. Tool? Oh.
MEGATHUULE.
Tool.
Exactly like it sounds. Tool.
Now I'm ready.
It's slightly aspirated. The storms raged, and the waters boiled. The sea was foaming like a bottle of beer. But this had little to do with Weezer's Blue album. which is, incidentally, the band's best, no matter what those lovesick Pinkerton nerds will tell you. Yeah, I said it. I went there. I'll take songs about Kiss and Kitty Pryde and surfing and daddy issues and whatever the balls My Name is Jonas is about over weird, problematic references to Madame Butterfly. Yeah, I will, Dominic. I will. Fuck. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, these were stormy fucking seas, but not like Weezer's Blue Album, but rather like their Green Album and later output, which is to say that it fucking sucked. It blew goats, and not in a good way. I don't know what you're into, man. It's the 90s. So yeah, it was awful. But like more recent Weezer albums, you still kind of wanted to like it. And there's actually something pretty decent there if you can get through all the bullshit. And you know what that pretty decent thing was, Dom?
Beverly Hills.
The forgotten, sunken, and recently raised back up Isle of Megatool. For more information on Megatool, please check out episodes 32 and 71 of Fantasy Fiction, as well as episode 4 of Tales from the Tavern. This is a complicated, complex story, and I cannot be expected to hold your hand here. The storyteller-audience relationship is a two-way street. Can we agree to that, Dom?
That's absolutely
Can we at
true.
least
It's
agree to
true.
that match? Thank you. Anyway, this was no island in the sun. This was a craggy, coral, and algae-covered monstrosity. Cursed, blessed, and cursed again by the bastard of the deep, none other than... And in charge of that island... once revered amongst all other realms, revered for its preponderance of that diggity-da... No. I shan't. I will not. For the time is not yet right. In charge of that island was he that was cursed, blessed, and cursed again by the bastard of the deep. It was chosen one, the 23rd second son, the warlock that styled himself as Daryl. It was he that had raised Megatool from the depths, and it was he that would deliver it to his master, to the bastard of the deep, to that which he desired above all else, to see Orkspire burned.
Oh shit! I
to
just
cinders.
remembered.
Yeah, you see, you didn't even remember.
I did.
It's important.
I
It's
did.
important stuff, man. Continuity. There's a canon here.
And is it underwater cat beast?
No, he's the bastard of the deep. He's the evil god that gave Daryl his powers. Listen,
okay.
all this was covered, man.
It was covered. I just wanted to remind myself. I didn't know if it was a cat beast or not, but I knew it was underwater.
In my head, everybody's a cat beast, really. When you scratch the surface.
Climbing a tower, am I right? Who can't relate?
That's it. But Daryl, he was not ready to wage war against a civilization as advanced, as utterly bodacious as Orkspire. The populace of Megatool had been reduced over the course of long generations beneath the waves, and worst of all, they had nothing to fight with. Nothing but Daryl's magics, which, while considerable, were nowhere near powerful enough to topple Orkspire's titular Orkspire.
That's right. It isn't Spire. In the world, it's real tall. You can be impaled on it if you're not careful.
I would not like it. And so Daryl hatched a plan, a scheme, as he and treacherous warlocks like him are so wont to do. As Megatool crawled through the crashing waves, as it made its inexorable, is that how you say that?
Inexorable?
Inexorable. Way toward Orkspire, Daryl sent the denizens of Megatool to the top of that city's craggy peaks, where they held lanterns high aloft and signaled to the boats they passed at night. But those signals normally emanating from a lighthouse, signals that typically were intended to guide ships away from the rocks to help them make their way safely to their destination. These signals blew the aforementioned goats. Again, no judgments. That's not what we're here for. What we are here for is to tell you that this was all part of Daryl's plan. The ships that sailed by, they were not expecting there to be an island of any kind, much less the fabled, sunken city of Megatool. No, they were perplexed as to where the light could even be coming from, and so they leaned on it ever the more, and to their great misfortune, as the light guided ship after ship into the treacherous rocks that surrounded Megatool, where their hulls were broken and shattered, and the ships were set upon by Daryl's eager minions. It was a bizarre, very specific plan, perhaps only conjured up due to a story prompt and a writer's half-remembered stories of how the pirates of the Outer Banks used to get that booty. But regardless, it worked pretty well. It did okay for him.
Not bad. OBX Outer Banks?
OBX, okay. The very same. Night after night, Daryl would send his minions out with their deceptive lanterns. And night after night, they would fall upon the ruined ships, relieving them of treasure, of weapons, of supplies, and, unfortunately, of slaves. Yeah, yes, my friend, there's a dirty, ugly side to piracy. And I don't mean the creepy animatronic Johnny Depp that pops up all over the goddamn place in the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. No, piracy isn't all just using wacky schemes to steer ships into rocks, then helping yourself to all that booty. Daryl, like other pirates, also helped himself to the people upon those ships, impressing them into slavery. Because Daryl, just like the dark, waterlogged god he served, was a fucking asshole.
Damn. Well, I mean, I'm saying damn, but the truth is that, yeah, he's a fucking asshole.
He's a dick. He's a bad guy.
He just owns slaves.
He's lousy.
We just went over that.
We in earlier episodes, in past episodes, we talked about what happens to the slaves. They go down beneath the city. Do you remember that?
I do. It sounds
vaguely. There was a wrestling match.
Yeah, there was a wrestling match. I also remember an underwater gargoyle, maybe.
Yep. Yeah, that happened. That was in episode 4.
It was episode 4 of Tales from the Tavern.
Yeah, in episode 71. This isn't important. The slaves they took, they were not warriors. They could not be trusted to fight alongside Megatool in its conquest of Orkspire. Many of the slaves, in fact, actually called Orkspire their home. So instead, they were banished to the dungeons beneath Megatool, where things took place that were not entirely unlike the events of fantasy fiction episode 71. And thus, though Daryl soon found himself with an abundance of treasure, weapons, slaves, and due to one peculiar ship, royal jelly, he was still in dire need of one important thing. Do you know what that was? An army.
I was going to guess army, but
we had to keep moving. So night after night, Daryl's scheme continued until one fateful night, they lured into their trap a ship that did not contain weapons or treasure or even potential slaves, because this ship contained children. And even Daryl had to draw the line somewhere, and child slavery was where he would draw it, fucking asshole or not.
Yeah, hey, Daryl.
Yeah.
Good on you.
You gotta draw a line. But as Daryl soon learned, these were no ordinary children. How could they be? As they had been set out adrift on the high seas, with no one to guide them, to protect them, or notably, to keep them in line. That's because those children, they were, you guessed it, cursed. Cursed by the gods of Orkspire, and therefore, by the application of simple logic, Daryl realized that these children were beloved by Orkspire's fated nemesis, the bastard of the depths. And thus, they were beloved by Daryl as well. Daryl was, in a word, stoked. Not only did he have treasure and supplies, slaves to keep Megatool running, weapons with which to assault Orkspire, and a legion of cursed children to wield them, but he also had something else, something even more powerful. Irony. That's right, the delicious irony of those whom Orkspire had cast out, had sent out among the waves, those they had discarded, their cursed children, the irony of them being the authors of Orkspire's very destruction.
I appreciate you world building for me, man.
Yeah, listen, man. It's part of the gig. It's part of the gig. Daryl dreamed of the cursed children using their eldritch, perhaps even demonic powers to topple Orcspire's titular. Orcspire. He got hard at the thought of those kids. Oh, no. That's not right. He wasn't hard because they were kids, but rather because of what those kids would do together. Ah, fine. That's not right either. Let's go with stoked. He got super duper stoked at the thought of those cursed, damned, blasphemous kids destroying the land of their birth. It was totally fucking metal. There was, however, a rather significant problem. The kids, they weren't cursed in any kind of cool way. They didn't have goat horns or magical fire powers or the ability to send people into the cornfield or turn them into jack-in-the-boxes. No, they didn't even have dope 666 birthmarks. These kids weren't cursed from birth due to their mom having consensual sex with a demon. No, they were cursed by the gods of Orcspire for one very simple, mundane reason. They were dicks. The kids were assholes. The kind of kids that make you think, hey, the Bible thought hitting kids was okay. I mean, I've never had a kid myself, so why am I so high and mighty about it? And not like hitting them in anger, but as, like a disciplinary measure. But then you're like, no, stop thinking like that. Who we are is both nature and nurture. And why would you want to raise a child in an environment where violence is normalized like that? Why would you want to teach them that you were a meter out of punishment and not a font of love and affection? But then they break another goddamn window or somehow get gum on the fucking ceiling and you're just like, well, somebody's gonna do something about these fucking monsters. Those were the kind of kids that had been cursed by the gods of Orcspire. Those were the kind of kids that Daryl had placed his hopes and his dreams in. Those were the kind of kids that ran wild all over that fucking island. It was like Lord of the Flies, but without even a pretense of hierarchical structure. They drew dicks on everything. And I mean everything. They snuck down into the dungeons and drew dicks not just on the slaves, but on the slaves' dicks. They spoke such vulgarity and such filth without even knowing what it meant. And I mean, it didn't even mean anything. You can't fuck someone's belly button, Dom. You can't. Like, unless they're just really, really fat. And even then, why would you want to? Why is that even on the menu? They wouldn't come to dinner. They wouldn't eat when they did come, which is ridiculous because they're hungry and they're probably just holding out for something better. And worst of all, absolutely worst of all, the thing that drove Daryl right up the goddamn wall was this. They answered every question. Every single question with up your butt. And it rarely even worked. What time is it, Johnny? Up your butt, Daryl. It doesn't even make sense. Do you understand what I'm telling you, Dom?
Yeah, I mean, these are shit kickers.
These kids were fucking bad. They were bad kids. And it raises a very important question. Maybe all kids are bad. Maybe procreation is a dumb idea, a sop to our biological narcissism. Maybe we should all take a few years off of popping these little fucking monsters out so the planet can take a fucking break. Huh, Dom? Huh? I hate children, Dom.
You hate children?
I hate them. And these kids, they were fucking bad. The worst of the bunch.
So they're super okay for anyone to hate out there if anyone has any apprehensions.
Don't worry about hating these kids. And worst of all, most inexcusably, most unforgivably, they violated Daryl's inner sanctum. One of them, using a piece of wire or something, I don't even know, they broke into Daryl's tower. They climbed to the top. They ascended that tower, and they helped themselves to Daryl's private stash. They helped themselves to the thick, pungent kelp that he kept inside a small wooden box alongside a totally bitchin' hand-carved grinder and a bunch of rolling papers. Those bad, naughty children, they took that kelp and they rolled up joints that were, quite frankly, credit where credit is due, exquisite. These kids had definitely definitely smoked before, but they had never smoked anything like this. This special enchanted kelp, hydroponic because, well, it's kelp, but also bred for potency, for pungency, for an unmistakable aroma. This kelp was, in a single word, diggity ding dong, taking it to the streets, dizank hot dog, and beholding the weedy and shirtless Matt Pike, dizanky danky do. It was fucking dank, Dom. How dank was it? It was so dank that those kids, those bad, naughty kids, those little assholes, their brains were not yet ready to handle it. Their brains were still growing, still forging the synapses that they would use for the rest of their lives. So while Daryl, or certainly me, would have been able to handle our shit, to handle that level of potency, the kids, they could not. It made them freak the balls out. But that freak out was not merely contained to the mental, to the psychological, and the spiritual. No. This freak out extended also to the physical. Because that kelp wasn't just dank, it was magically dank. And it began to affect those asshole fucking kids in ways that not even Daryl could have predicted. They were transformed. They were transmogrified into something that could truly be blessed by that bastard of the depths, and thus they were truly damned, truly cursed by the gods of Orkspire. Daryl, like unto a ne'er-do-well cartoon dog carried aloft by the scent of a cooling pie on a windowsill, he was drawn to the tower, was drawn to the uppermost room, where he found that his sanctum had been violated, his stash incinerated, wasted by a bunch of kids who probably didn't even inhale it, probably rolled joints that were fatter than they could even handle. These fucking kids. But though he had every right, every reason to be angry at the children, every reason to once again consider beating the ever-loving shit out of the little bastards, even though he hated what his father's beatings had done to him, had turned him into, despite all that, Daryl was not angry. Because in that hazy, smoke-filled room, Daryl gazed upon what the children had become. He saw their leathery, flapping wings, their teeth dripping with venom, their long, twisted adamantine claws cutting into the stone floors. He saw those children, cursed by the gods of Orkspire, but blessed by and he gave them the opportunity to do that which every truly awful child wants to do. Burn their city to the ground.
Damn.
Cliffhanger.
A bit of a cautionary tale.
What's the moral? If you know what the moral is, I would like to hear it.
If you're going to have kids, you better keep them on a bit of a leash. Otherwise, they might smoke that old black water. Keep on
you gotta lock your weed up if you have kids around.
Your weed up or hide it in a place that they're not going to.
That's really the moral of whether you're reading G.I. Joe or listening to SKALD. The moral of all of our stories is: if you're going to have kids, lock your weed up.
Put your weed in a
hide
good
your
place.
Weed somewhere.
It does stunt their learning.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that was. Listen, we had a lot of laughs. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we always have a lot.
But we're not joking about the damage that marijuana usage can do to young brains. That's never something that we joke about.
That's not something I like to joke about, no. I am pro marijuana, of course. But kids need to learn. They need to know that there are some things that might harm them early on, especially if you're a little cursed child, little slave child.
Just wait till you're like 18. Wait till college.
College is a good age.
Stick to huff and glue.
Yeah,
just stick with glue. Just stick with glue. Stick with glue, kids.
That was wonderful, man. I feel we really transitioned into the war, and I mean, got some pretty big guns going on. If you've got bat children with venom fangs and adamantine claw.
Because adamantium, I think that's owned by Marvel. So we have to go with adamantine.
Adamantine.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you did that.
Yeah. Well, it's a Dungeons & Dragons thing, too. It's adamantine in Dungeons & Dragons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big shit, man.
Yeah, I mean,
some big shit, some troubles coming to Orkspire. Better get ready.
I don't know if I am ready. I mean, by the sounds, but when you hear my story, you can see that nobody's really ready.
Nobody's ready for the Mega Tool invasion.
You'll see what's going on next time. All right, Aubrey, are you ready for my tale?
Yes.
Of cursed children.
Yes.
And shipwrecks. This one's called Baby Boy.
Uh-oh.
Curses. You've heard of them. Maybe one of an athletic team that hasn't won a championship in a really long time. Sad, I know. But people say that they're cursed. Bullshit. Let me tell you the tale of an actual curse. A tale of a cursed child. Or perhaps a child's curse. Or maybe the curse of children. The curse came upon us one rainy evening while we were both relaxing in front of the fireplace. My orc husband, Danud, reading his book on beasts and creatures.
Wait, are you inhabiting a character right now?
This is actually first time I wrote first person.
I love it. I love it. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I want everybody at home to recognize how great this is that you're inhabiting a character. I'm sorry. Continue.
Me reading my book of the most awesome fights of all time. When a knock at the door interrupted it all. Danud got up to answer it, but found only the storm outside and a small basket on the doorstep. He brought the basket in and placed it on the kitchen table. Something inside was wrapped in a blanket. He pulled back the blue fabric. In the orange glow of the candle, I could see its soft, wet face, a baby boy. Or I should say, a baby boy. His eyes, soft and gray, that seemed to say, curse. Can we keep him? Danud asked, now holding the child.
Fucking orcs.
Fucking orcs, dude. Fucking orcs. He had always wanted a son, but I wasn't interested in pushing a baby-sized thing out of my body that is also living and that I would also have to take care of for the rest of my life.
It's a bad deal.
It's a really raw deal.
There are very similar threads running through both of our stories.
Yeah. I think we have similar feelings. I also thought it was weird to ask if you could keep another human being like you would a puppy you found. But nonetheless, I obliged. You'll have to figure out how to feed him, I pointed out. That's when the baby cooed and reached for Danud's muscular pectoral.
Hey, weird.
The baby wrapped its lips around his nipple and fed itself. Hey, he likes it, Danud proclaimed. He looked at his tits. Guess I got some good milk. I gagged and turned back to my chair, immediately regretting my decision. Just a few days later, I lost my job at the bakery. Boom! That kid is cursed. I mean, this is a tale of curses that could end right now, but there is more. The rainy season gave way to a beautiful spring, and the pollen kicked my fucking ass. My allergies were so overwhelming that some days I could not leave my bed. Again, back to the curse thing. It's legit. Danud and the child were able to spend a bit of time together. I heard him singing to the baby in the next room. Super awkward.
What was he singing?
Amazing Orcs.
How does that one go?
It's a lot like Amazing Grace, but it's
it's like Amazing Grace, but it's sung to the theme of Gilligan's Island theme song, and just with orcs swapped out for Grace.
Yeah,
right?
So I mean,
amazing orcs, how sweet the sound that raised a wretch like me.
It is a hymn, just to be clear here.
Yeah, that's very solemn.
Yeah, but you had it 100% correct. You know a bit about Orcspire. You do.
I know that orcs have that sweet, sweet titty milk.
They got a big old breast, them orcs. It's natural in them to have nice, big, fat titties. Super awkward. Then I heard him feeding the child. I wanted to die. One warm, late spring day, when I wasn't swollen shut, the three of us took a trip to the beach. We walked among the rocks as Danud held the boy in his arms when... "Fucking look out!" shouted a voice from above. We turned just in time to catch the SS Bag-n-Ball in all its glory, just before it crashed into the rocky shore, tearing apart its boat guts like some kind of awesome fatality by nature who seemed to say, "Fuck you, tools of man." The captain lay bloody on the rock. "You," he muttered, pointing to the child. "You fucking fuck." The old man died.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa, was he trying to hit the baby with his boat? I asked. But the only answer I received was child's laughter.
Oh my God.
I found the two of them engaged in a face-making game, completely unaware of this awesome and bloody wreckage. Days went by, weeks, many months, until we came upon the anniversary of finding the cursed child on our doorstep, and yet he had not aged a day. That morning I decided to take a walk to consider it all. I had thought the baby had just carried some bad luck about it, some kind of awful curse that he brought into our home, but there seemed to be something more at play. By the time I returned home, it was dark. Danud had already decorated the house in party decorations and a bunch of stuff he liked from his own childhood for some reason that he was putting onto his own child.
That's the worst. I mean, he had like Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, that's a little too fantastic for it, Orkspire, but you're on the right page. A chocolate cake with one lit candle sat at the kitchen table.
Hello, hello. I didn't see you there.
What's this body
I've been waiting for you to come back home, dude.
You know,
we set this date 3 weeks ago.
This story really could have used a
talking chocolate cake. I hope that's the prompt for next week's
chocolate cakes or
talking chocolate cakes with one candle in them.
A chocolate cake with one lit candle sat on the kitchen table. Danud stood in the living room, cradling the child in his arms, staring into its eyes. God damn it, do you always have to be holding that cursed baby? I blurted out. Danud snapped his stare at me, upset. How dare you say such a thing, he shot. I didn't mean to say a word. It just came out of me when I saw the two together again. Put me down, the baby spoke in a squeezed voice. Please, father, he added.
What?
Danud obeyed and put the child on the ground. Its limbs convulsed as its body flailed back and forth. The birthday candle's flame grew high as the child's legs and arms grew long and thin. Its skin aged to an old gray as wispy black hair grew out of its head. It stood in front of the fire, casting a horrible shadow of its strange figure. With a drooling face that resembled that of a bat that had been hit with an axe and the wound had not healed fully.
Wait, it's a bat that got hit with an axe?
That's what the face looks like. We can't properly... It's like a Lovecraft thing where he's like, it was
I wouldn't
want to
see it. I wouldn't want to see it. It would drive me mad. I'd have to do a sanity check. It's a Call of Cthulhu joke, friends.
It opened its mouth? My name is Grichu, and I am the forever child. The gremlin gestured politely as it spoke, his shining gold eyes like glass balls. Aw, our son's name is Grichu, and it can talk, Danud admired. What the fictional fuck? I shouted. Now that we've grown to love each other, you must do as I say, for that is the magic bond of love. The gremlin's arms curled inward as he said this. That's when I noticed strange gremlin music was softly playing, which sounds exactly like backwards clown music.
Ugh.
You know clown music.
I don't like clown music forwards, much less backwards, man. So what happens if you do the organ grinder the wrong way?
Ooh, yeah. It plays that twisted tune that summons devils.
Yeah, that's the one. This guy knows what I'm talking about.
If you do that with one of those little monkeys, they turn into a backwards demon. I don't want to get too into it because it's heavy, but the thing continued. The two of you must birth a child and give it to me so that I may remain the forever child. I don't love you, I told the beast. I do, Danny interjected. I'd do anything for old Grichu. I love him so much, the little cute baby. I love you too, father, the gremlin replied as it batted its long lashes over its orange eyes. He turned his eyes back to me. Since you exist in a male-dominated society, I only needed to trick one of you.
Bummer.
My husband turned to me. How about it, sweetheart?
On International Women's Day too.
I know. Ugh. I know. It's heavy. It's a little too heavy to talk about. We're just gonna have it happen. How about it, sweetheart? Let's have a baby for our old friend Grichu. What's he need a baby for? I argued. I'm going to eat it so that I may magically turn into a child for another year. You know it takes 9 months to have a baby, asshole. I can wait. Then how are you the forever child if you're just going to hang around as a gremlin for the next 9 months? That's just my opening gimmick that gets men to let me suck milk from their nipples. Once they're under my spell, like your husband, I don't really give a damn.
What a complicated scheme.
I know. He's got to get them to love them, and then right in that moment where he reveals himself, he delivers that little bit of magic, the forever child flavor.
I love it. And he's had time. He's had time to come up with a complicated scheme.
He's kind of
a complex plan.
As you'll see, he's kind of been running game. I don't really give a damn, the gremlin said as he put his legs up in Danude's chair. Ew, so you only turn into a baby so you can suck man milk? That's right, and the two of you will keep giving me children to continue my con. I'll then go out on little baby trips where I end up on new doorsteps and lure new fathers in with new flavors of milk. Soon this whole house will be roaming with all of my dads, just like that captain and his crew who met their end upon the beach. I got tired of the sea.
Yeah. Those were his dads? It was a boat full of his dads?
They were all conned, and then they snapped at him.
They just love him so much.
Well, they loved him so much, and then he left, and then they hated him so much because they realized what had happened to them. They tried to hit him with their boat.
That's nutso.
Didn't fucking work out.
That's
dude.
crazy.
I mean, this is what happens. This is what you're supposed to do happens to people.
This is what comes from having a child. That's the moral of this.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Babe, I really think you should reconsider, Danude said as he held me by my shoulders. The only things coming out of me are piss, shit, and spit, I said as I snapped his hands away. Give me a baby, Creature shouted as he rushed toward me and grabbed my arm. No! I yelled as I punched the gremlin in the crown of his head. He went down hard. In fact, I was a little worried because it was one of those crazy punches. One of those crazy punches you hear about once in a while. A punch that kills somebody in one punch.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I guess it was all those people trying to tell me what to do with my fucking own body. Speaking of bodies, Grichu's gray body turned into gray dust and blew into the fire, which made cool green smoke.
Hey, neat.
Yeah, fun. I'm sure by this point you've already figured out that if you cut apart the letters in Grichu's name and rearrange them to create new letters, it spells out capitalism. Well, I guess that's what this is all about, isn't it? Capitalism, man's most cursed child. With Grichu dead, Danude snapped out of his spell. Why the hell are my nipples so sore, he asked. You've been letting a gremlin disguised as a baby suck milk from your tits for the past year. Danude threw out the end.
I love it.
Thanks, man, you know?
I love that, capitalism makes villains of us all.
They do. I mean,
whether you're a gremlin, a man milk loving gremlin, or dumbass Danude.
Fucking Danude with a name like Danude.
Hey, can I ask some questions?
Sure. Yeah.
So, first question: what's the narrator's name? Does she go nameless?
What? She's.
It's okay if she's nameless. I'm just curious.
It was a choice because I want everybody to go ahead and put their feet in Frodo's shoes. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
I guess Frodo doesn't wear shoes.
Can we know? Is she an orc also? Can we know that?
Yeah, she was an orc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question: Did Grichu go out on a boat with all of his dads? Yes. Or did they get the boat after he abandoned them?
So Grichu's been floating around doing this from home to home. He got himself caught up with a bunch of sailors.
Okay.
And
they make the best dads.
They make great milk.
they make the best dads and they make the best milk. Sailors.
And so, he spent a little time in the ocean and then he just got a little bored of it. So he split town.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gross.
That's what capitalism does, dude.
It's what it does to all of us. Every single day. Every single day.
Yep.
Twice on Sundays.
Sadly.
Capitalism.
Crapitalism.
There it is. We got there.
How come you don't call it crapitalism more often, man?
I don't know. That's a great question. I'm going to start.
I've got a great.
It's going to change tomorrow.
I hope you pepper it in. It's a pepper.
No, I'm gonna beat it into the ground immediately. By 11 a.m. tomorrow, you're gonna be tired of it.
I'm never gonna get tired of
Crapitalism.
Socking it to him on the old Tavern show. you've been watching New Japan, right? Regularly. I mean, you watch New Japan time to time, but you've been watching.
Yeah, although I'm a little bit behind. I didn't see the 45th anniversary show from this past weekend. I didn't watch Honor Rising either because I kind of heard some mixed things about it.
Yeah, I mean, you've got so much wrestling you already watch.
I got a lot of wrestling.
You got to pick and choose.
I'm going home to after I leave here. I'm going back to watch CWF, which is oh crap, what does it stand for? I don't know. It's based maybe it's Carolina. It's based in North Carolina.
Is it new?
No, they've been around for a few years, and they do a YouTube show every Wednesday night at, I guess, 9 East Coast time, so 6 West Coast.
Is it a live show?
No, it's not live. They'll tape a bunch of them. They'll tape like 3 or 4, and then they'll edit it all together, and they'll release it. You know, it's like they do it's like how they do NXT, or like how they used to do all weekly wrestling programming. And honestly, it's neat because it does feel like a throwback. It feels like it's kind of structured and positioned like old Mid-South stuff or
That's
something.
awesome.
And it's just matches, you know, and like there's a little bit of like promo stuff, but it's not like wacky backstage stuff or guest hosts or anything. And it's, you know, it's a lot of young, new talent. And so a lot of it's pretty raw, but they do a really good job structuring it. So the main events are always killer. It's 45 minutes. It's super short. And you get at least one banging ass match.
That's awesome.
Yeah. One real ass banger is what you get out of it. That's my highest match ranking. Ass banger. But no, do you know Trevor Lee? Like from
yeah,
PWG?
well, I was going to say I know him as the Carolina Caveman.
That's his home promotion. He's their champion. Andrew Everett is also there. And those are probably the biggest, like the most well-known, like nationally names from there. But yeah, no, it's a neat, interesting show. That's what we're talking about on Straight Shoot this week.
Oh, awesome. But what day do you do Straight Shoot?
Thursdays. So tomorrow. Every Thursday.
10 o'clock Eastern?
Usually 9 o'clock Eastern.
Oh, okay.
We'll shift around, but it's always Thursday night, depending on when my guests can do it. And we recently, just last month, I decided to no longer cover WWE. So I'm just doing other promotions, which is great actually, because there's so many other ones, and I get to, you know, when I was covering WWE, I was talking about the same wrestlers and the same matches every single week. Now it's New Japan, it's Ring of Honor, it's Evolve, and Ring of Honor next week. You're going to be coming on the show.
That's right.
Because Ring of Honor's 15th anniversary show is Friday, and we're going to be talking all about it. Me, Dom, and Heather Janine, who's a frequent guest on my show.
Oh, very cool. Yeah,
she'll be dialing in as well. And it's going to be great. I'm very excited about it.
I went to the Vegas show last year.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
awesome.
about that. Yeah, man.
It was funny. The Young Bucks and Omega did a triple threat match when they had that big, long belt. And they tore the house down to the point where the main event was going on. And the main event was awesome, but everyone was so winded.
Bummer.
From that last match.
Was it Jay Lethal versus who was in the main event? Do you remember?
I can't remember. It was because it was the Ring of Honor New Japan show, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it was like it might have been Okada. I got to see Okada.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you see that triple threat with Roddy and Bobby Fish and Ishii?
I saw something post about it online. I haven't seen it
I thought
yet.
that was last year.
Was that it?
I don't know.
I
don't think that was the main event. I think that was like a TV title match.
That's the match I watched. That's the match people went crazy for.
Yeah, that match ruled.
It was awesome.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega's awesome. I still remember when I met you at that.
Oh yeah,
that
dude.
Freaking!
And
I can't believe I went on that on a whim. I met you all the way back then. I also met Kenny Omega that trip. That was
I got to drive that guy around some.
Yeah, me too.
We did Wrestling Revolution Project, and that show sucked. I mean, that's why it never saw the light of day.
Yeah,
it was garbage. And the guy, fucking Jeff Katz, is a grifter and a liar and a con man who took everybody's money and made a bad wrestling promotion. But we did get to meet some neat guys, and we saw an amazing match between Kenny Omega and Carl Anderson.
Yeah, I would say out of all the things that I got to see, that was an incredible match.
That was the best match.
Is that up anywhere?
I think he posted it for Kickstarter backers or something, but I didn't even watch it because I was just so angry at him for just screwing the pooch on that thing so badly.
Because that has an incredible moment.
Yeah, dude. Because Katz had spent all this money to make the soundstage looked like a ballroom, and it looked terrible.
Yeah.
Even on because I didn't know anything about film or anything, but I was like, oh, maybe this will look good on camera. No, it looks like garbage. But he bought this really expensive crystal chandelier that he hung above the wrestling ring. He had a couple of them, I think.
Yeah.
And they were doing a vertical suplex out of the ring. or something like that.
Onto the walkway, yeah.
Yeah, and Omega's feet just smashed into the chandelier, and it shattered, and it went everywhere.
It looked fucking awesome.
It looked so rad, and they had to stop the show to like clean it up, and also it was like thousands of it was a really expensive chandelier that he had rented just for this thing, and he had to pay for it, which delighted me. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. A lot of us put, back then I wasn't too invested in wrestling. In fact, I would say that's where I got exposed to it again. And a lot of people fucking worked hard on that show, and it never got to see the light of day. I was so bummed.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy, I think that guy has a reputation. He sent out a thing later that was like to his Kickstarter. So I'm not talking about school. He sent this to any Kickstarter backers. Like he said this whole thing about like, I was dealing with... I forget what he said, it was drugs or alcohol. Hey, alcohol is a drug. How about that?
That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
He said he was dealing with
the choice drug of capitalism.
Capitalism, more like it, if I may. But no, like he blamed it all on like some kind of drug or alcohol problem, and like, oh yeah, sorry guys, I was going through some stuff, and no, I'm really committed to getting this going, and like, they filmed it all out of order. Which works if you're making a movie, but not if you're making a wrestling show, because like nobody knows how to react to anything. You know?
Especially the people you paid off the central casting.
Well, that's the other thing.
They audience.
They weren't wrestling fans. They didn't know what they were watching or how to react to it. And so then he had people in the audience where he was trying to like seed chants, but they were awful chants.
Yeah.
And also the crowd got way more. So he booked it with a bunch of jobbers, right? Which, and so which in 2017 you can't really build a promotion like that because nobody wants to watch that. It's an old technique. And he had a bunch of jobbers, but the crowd started liking the jobbers more than they liked the actual. Do you remember that?
Yeah. There was
that big fat Mexican guy named Dave. And they all went bananas for. And so then they had to like rework the entire fucking show to give Dave some time to shine. It was so stupid.
Was that the guy who a Tommy Dreamer at some point was like, all right, yeah, tell Dave to get in there. I'll do a match with him, but Dave had already gone home.
I think he had like a job, like he had his like day job.
Yeah, he had to go to his job.
To go do.
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna see
missed
Tommy
it out.
Dreamer wrestle.
He missed it. Yeah, it's a bummer.
But yeah,
Kenny Omega's dick fell out during one of those matches. Do you remember that?
No, I missed that.
So I was in the audience. So like the audience was so slight that they had to like start putting us in the audience and like trying to keep excitement high. And it was like I think it was Kenny Omega versus Lenny versus the Reverend, I forget what they called him.
Oh yeah, that dude was awesome.
Lenny Olsen, yeah. Who was Dr. Luther in Japan and stuff like that. And that guy's a legend. And it was an amazing match. It was him versus Kenny Omega, and like Kenny Omega's like his balls fell out of his trunks, and they had to stop the match. And Tommy Dreamer was also in the audience, and Tommy Dreamer was laughing. So like I thought like he had tears in his eyes. He was laughing so hard because he was trying to get him to stop the match, but I guess like they didn't notice, or they just thought he was like, I don't know, doing something on the side, and they just kept going with his balls hanging out. It was amazing. Wrestling,
ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's what's cool about your show now that you've dropped WWE is that people who want to get into wrestling, not necessarily commit to watching WWE every week.
But there's so much of it. 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, an hour of 205 Live, an hour of NXT, 2 pay-per-views a month. It's insane.
It's crazy.
Too much.
It's so much, and it's like so much of the same stuff. Because I mean, you have people. It's business. It's publicly owned. You have to push certain things. So with all the stuff you're covering now, for people who want to expand their scope of wrestling, your show is perfect.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
And I can't wait to be on it because I can't wait to watch some Ring of Honor. I've been meaning to get back into the stuff because I've also canceled my WWE subscription for the same reason. But it
was political stuff.
Yeah, it's
political, it's not a secret.
I deleted Uber, and I had to ask myself the same question about WWE.
Yeah, with me, I mean, for the biggest thing for me, like I'm really good about artist separation. Like I still listen to Stranglehold at least a couple times a week by Ted Nugent.
Are you a Burzum fan?
What? Not really, but yeah. Like
I mean, I have to admit some of those albums are good, but yeah,
like it's. I get artist separation, but the thing for me was I was doing 90 minutes a week promoting the stuff. So it wasn't just like I was sitting at home and watching it and enjoying it, and then that was the end of it. Like I was actually part of their marketing plan, and it just made me feel gross. I wasn't, it wasn't even so much a moral issue or a boycott or anything like that. I just didn't feel comfortable doing it anymore.
Sure, man. Especially being the outspoken socialist that you are.
Yeah. Listen, man, I can't be talking shit about capitalism all day and then turn around and promote WWE.
I think you made the right choice, man. I'm excited to be on the show. I can't wait to talk about Ring of Honor.
It's going to be fun. Hey, capitalism.
Capitalism, man. I'm fucking sick of capitalism. This show's got a message now, and it's fuck capitalism.
It's just capitalism.
Aubrey, thank you so much for coming and being on the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
Thanks for swinging by the tavern. People can check you out in all the places we said. Most importantly, most importantly, AubreySitterson.com.
That's the easiest. That's got links to everything, man. Everything. And I think people are going to love Straight Shoot this week because you're on it. Whether they're wrestling fans or not, I think they're going to enjoy seeing you talking about wrestling this week on Straight Shoot. And I think that everybody listening to the show would probably love SKALD. SKALD. It's on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, at skald.podomatic.com. And I did have a YouTube channel where I'd uploaded all the old videos, and then it got flagged and suspended right before I came on the show.
I don't understand.
They said it was spam or deceptive content. I appealed it. So hopefully it'll be back up. But if not, it's on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all those places. SKALD. I try and design it so you can jump in anywhere. But I know that's not really what people do. A lot of people are going to try and start at the beginning. I would say don't do that. I would pick up a little bit more recently. If you start with episode 97, that's the start of the newest cycle, which is cycle 7. Each one is 16 episodes. Yeah. And when I complete it, I compile all the pros and put it available on Amazon as ebooks. So there's 6 volumes of SKALD ebooks on Amazon right now too.
Such an insane body of work.
It's a ton of content. It's really psycho. But yeah, no, start with episode 97, and it references stuff from the past, like from earlier episodes, but it's also it's like a big jump time wise. Okay. And it's kind of like a new setting and new characters and stuff like that. So 97 is probably the best. And if you dig it, go back and listen to the other stuff, or pick up the pros volumes, or don't. Just keep listening to the new ones, because there's a new one every week.
Wonderful, man. Well, check it out, folks. And don't forget to check us out on Thursday, March 17th. No, that's not right.
Wait, what is today?
Today's the 8th. So it's next
16th.
week, 16th?
16th.
Oh, yeah. Is it Thursday?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Today's Wednesday.
Okay.
And then, so a week from tomorrow, Thursday, March 16th, 6 p.m. Pacific time, we're talking about Ring of Honor 15th anniversary special, which is on this Friday. And you can, even if you don't have cable and can't order a pay-per-view, you can get it digitally on their website.
Wonderful.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And if you just want to dip into wrestling for the first time, join us. It'll be fun.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Aubrey, thanks again for being on.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Make a tool.
Capitalism.
You know what? That's going to be the last one. That's the capitalism. Theme music was provided by Ian Bennett. You can check out more of his work at ianbennettmusic.com. Interstitial and end themes were created by Toursland. You can listen to more of his work at soundcloud.com/Toursland. Podcast artwork was provided by Ryan Jampole. And I'd like to thank the following patrons for their continued support of the Tavern. Thank you, Joachim Sandberg, Asim Zaman, Robert Codd, The Jive Turkey, Robert Moon, Clay Castle, Colin Kendig, Seb Batista, J.D. Duncan, Kaylee Rogerson, Logan Troiano, Nicholas Cole, Jesse, She's All That Stage. Thank you, Dak Prinky, Justin Smith, Nick Hayes, Liam Rogerson, Amma Kevin, Alan M.K. Jenkins, Fred Atkins. Thank you, Bryce Poulin, Richard Williams, Evan Brower, Nicholas Hall, Matt Cross, Zane Keefe, Jesse Battolino. Thank you, Thomas Hardecker, Timothy Johnson, Joey Gonovichev, Paul Walker, Evan Stone, Macho Muffin Randy Savage. Thank you, Michael Vasatka, Axel Rock, Ethan Obama, William Fortin, John Luke, JT Radza, Jeff Warbrick. Thank you, Joe Scott, Cody Cloninger, David Sandoval, Tim Jennings, Brock Mizukow, Jonas Blotterman. Thank you, Hannah Diaz, Benjamin, Brian Wood, Jacob Livingston. Thank you, Ronald King, Night Shift Comics, Morgan T. Mercer, Cameron Murphy, David Lee, Heath Robinson, Gordon Dale. Thank you, Derek Dalton, Aubrey Sitterson, Andre Villanueva, Mike Cargioli, Big Stank McBlue Jeans, David Gray, Wade Norcross, Russell Kasberg, Taylor Dirks, Johnny Sousa, Ryan Kolka, thank you, Jonathan Carville, Daniel Medavere, thank you, Jordan Cope, Kirby Taylor, Joseph Dukes, David Hughtailing, Luke Noodles, Dustin Dizzlerod, thank you, Timothy Matt Scully, Alex, Brian De Leon, Eric Japp, Dan Archer, David Watts. Thank you, Ben E., Brian Shelbourne, Connor Stewart, Hollis Hornbeak, Josh Shumnay. Thank you, Todd Bryanton, Nicholas Riley, Clay McCarty, Yanni Markovina, Brad Davis. Thank you, Matt Branton, Peter Eng, James Archibald, Jason, Teresa Steele, and thank you, Cal Woods Butterman. If you would like to become a patron, you can do so by going to patreon.com/TFTTpod, baby. It's all there. All the info you need. And once again, thank you to all of you. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.